Welcome back, viewers, supporters, subscribers. Welcome back. Here we are again with another session of our Entrepreneur series. I have yet again another special guest today. So, yes, thank you for joining me. This is going to be a very informative session. So, stay tuned while I wait for my guest. So in the meantime, you can let me know how is your first days of 2021 going, beautiful people? 2021. For those I haven't seen, I haven't been in contact with, Happy New Year. A prosperous 2021. I wish you love, light, high frequency vibrations, peace, love, blessings, and gratitude. Yeah. Yes, yes. A beautiful day, a beautiful evening to all my friends and family in all different parts of the world. Here he is. Welcome, Mr. Pascal to Entrepre-noir Series. We're so happy to have you. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh,
Finally.
Finally. People, I'll give you a little story how long I waited for this gentleman. He must be very, very special, this gentleman. So yes, Mr. Pascal, please introduce yourself to the masses. Who are you? What are you about? And let the people know who you are.
All right. So first of all, my name is Selwyn. I'm Cacique Pascal. And I am a photographer, web designer, graphic artist, and anything you need help with, if I'm able to do it, kind of guy. I will help you with it.
I like it.
Okay, so well, I started photography about 10 years ago or more, but on a serious level, about 10 years. I've always had interest in the arts, taking photos when I lived in St. Lucia, actually. Sorry, I'm from St. Lucia.
Yes, let them know.
For sure. And so on, I self-taught myself. I learned for graphics and web designing um, just on my own. I did a couple courses in photography and web designing, but basically everything I know is basically I taught myself um, throughout the years.
Oh,
Yeah, so and photography is mostly one of my main things because that's what I actually love doing.
right.
And I started off when I was in St. Lucia, um, taking photos at events with a point and shoot camera. It's
Right.
like these little cameras they have back in the day before them big cameras now.
Yes.
I had that, and I used to go to the nightclubs and take pictures of events and post them up on my website, which is where the web designing part came in.
Wow.
So my website, I don't know if you know, or most people might know it, was
Today
just
they will find out. Today they will find out. Those that don't know.
yes, for sure. Yeah, so the website I had back in the day was justsolutions.com, which was an entertainment website where that's why my photography was part of it and my web designing was part of it because I used to like trouble and play with it, and that's how I end up learning more and more about
Right.
going about doing websites. And it comes with the graphic designing
Right.
because I used to do flyers for people, and then I have to post it up on my website to
Mm-mm.
advertise their event, and then I will
Right.
go to their event to
Uh-huh.
pick photos
The man with
to
many
put,
hats. Wow.
to put on their and to put on my website, so people could go back and look at their photos and say, "Oh, I was at whatever event, and that's my photo was taken." And so that's the all everything I do kind of link with
Yes,
each other.
yes.
Um, so that's basically it. Where I started, and that's where I am.
Good stuff.
Mhm.
Sounds very interesting, Selwyn. So I want you to tell us now. You told us where you started and the different hats that you carry and how everything links. But I need you to tell us, inform us as to how what is the background? What led you to the photography? What's the story behind that, you know?
Well, be taking photos, even back then when I started taking photos of people, and then they used to come back the next day and look for the photos. Like, it just gave me joy that people wanted to see
How it came out.
how it came out, or see themselves, or give it, just the fact that I made people happy with the memory
The
of,
memory, right,
you know,
right, right.
it is, because a photo is like a memory. You could always
Yes,
go back
yes,
and look at
yes,
it.
yes.
And it came, the joy, the satisfaction, I noticed from family and friends, since I relocated to the US.
Right.
I'm currently in New York. I said, oh, you know what, since I love taking photos, and I might as well do it on a larger scale.
Right, right, right,
So,
right, right.
so I started doing it for friends and families, and that's basically
That's how.
why I like doing it, because people could always go back and check their stuff, the memories, like, because I do like different events. It's not only events like club events or nightclubs. Actually, I don't do nightclubs, because I go more on a
Level, right.
personal level of photos, like your baby showers. There's no memorial
Memories, the
stuff that
anniversary,
will
family
always,
portraits, stuff like
yeah,
that.
of milestone, birthday, a 50th, wedding,
Right, right.
you know, special birthdays, special occasions. I do. So it's just the joy and the satisfaction I get when I see people say, "Wow, oh yeah, I love it. Oh my God, look at this! I remember this. Oh, and this,
Right.
start calling out people that they see in the pictures and like this." So I look forward to going and do it, and
So it's
so that's,
something you love, something you. So it's no longer a job. It's a passion. It's a passion now.
it's a passion, and I say to myself, you know what, I might as well get paid to do it, because
Exactly.
it's not even about the money, but it's just an expensive, like expensive hobby,
Yes,
because
yes,
the
yes.
equipment alone, I no longer use a point and shoot. The
Right,
equipment alone costs so much, and they always changing, they always evolving, they always get the price is always increasing. It's
right,
not like,
right,
so I might as well get something coming, so I could support my bad habit
right.
of taking
And
photos.
also, as you said, that to stay current because you have to keep up with the times, with the new photograph, the
Correct,
new
correct.
cameras, the new technology and everything. That sounds good. So, Selwyn, tell us now, as a photographer, you're a photographer full time and you're doing webs part time. Tell us exactly how it's working out. Is it
So I do all of them kind of like part time.
part
It's
time?
not because I don't go out and I don't market.
Right.
I don't market my whatever the free things I do. I don't market it. I always get like gigs, or people always recommend me, referrals. Like,
That's how I
like
found you. I'll tell you
exactly.
about that.
Yeah, so I don't go, like, even if on my social media, you won't see me advertising. Oh, I do photography, or I do
Right,
this.
right.
Because I do have a 9 to 5
Nine to
job,
five. Right, right,
but so I do it, like a habit, a hobby
uh-huh,
you do on a side, but it's just that it's kind of like full time, because I
right.
invest so much in it, so I
Mhm.
might as well get back that return.
Right, right,
Um,
right.
so it's just it's
They're both
expensive.
part time. They're both
It,
side hustles.
it's side hustle, but
Side
it's like a main job, because I kind of put my all into it.
into it. Yes, yes,
I get referrals on regularly, and I
yes.
have to be there to do
Be
it.
there.
Like I get a referral, I say, oh, I'll check that out next month. I have to get onto it, and
Right, right,
the
right.
amount of referrals I get, it's constant, so
Hmm.
I have to keep at it. So it's
So
like a
tell us, yes.
semi full time part time.
Semi, I like it. Semi full time, part time. So with your semi full time, part time, what are your challenges? Because I already see one of the challenges because you have a 9 to 5, and so when you get these calls and stuff like that. But tell us, since you've been doing it, so you're juggling kind of like free jobs, kind of like sort of.
uh,
So what are
yeah,
the challenges with that?
well, the challenge is basically the increase in prices
Yes.
to match the economy and the cost of services on my end.
Right, right,
Um, the time is not a big issue for me, even though it's like a side, because I am somebody, I don't like to sleep,
right, right.
but I still have to go to bed because I have to get up early for the 9 to 5,
Yes,
which
yes.
is not actually 9 to 5, it's 6. Uh, so I try to I will spend when I leave my regular job, but then I will start working towards whatever I have to do, whatever photography or if it's graphics or websites, I do that after.
Right.
My clients are normally satisfied because it don't interfere with what their time frame and my time frame. So they get the stuff when I
Okay, to deliver.
promise it to them. So they don't really know it's a part time because I put
Right.
my full time into it.
And that's good. They don't need to know that. They don't need to know that.
Exactly. So it just I just do it as like you give it to me at 12 in the night, you get it back at 4 in the next day.
Right,
Because
right. Good turnaround time. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
so I have a good turnaround. So it's not really how I see a semi full time part time because I always on it.
Right, right.
Um,
So
and it just
your only challenge would be what? The finance?
the challenge because of right now the challenge is just I wouldn't say so much of a challenge because I kind of like I did it for so many years. I kind of get used to it.
Right,
Um,
right, right.
but just about let me see, just keeping up with the price points, and then I have to make sure my clients happy.
Right, right,
Um,
right, right. That's a
so
tall order. That's a tall order, to keep your clients
yeah,
happy. That's
yeah,
a tall
yes.
order.
Dealing with people, and I'm good with customer service, so so I kind of like
That works out.
I
That works
wouldn't
out
say
well.
there is
That's true.
much of a
That's true.
challenge.
As one of your customers, I'll tell you that's true. That's true. You have good customer service skills. Okay, keep it.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So since you didn't have much challenges, right? You just mentioned, you're just making the customers happy and finance. So now in
Yeah, so
COVID,
based on the sorry to cut you based on
yes,
the challenges is more or less like the price points. I the economy changing, but I keep my same price points.
right,
So my
right,
prices are still the same as like back then before things change.
right, right,
And just that's just I did that for a few years just to keep my current clients happy and give them a affordable service,
right, 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 right.
just for the because as I mentioned previously, my whole aim for doing it is just for the clients or the customer satisfaction.
Action, right.
So I'm only happy, I happy, but it's just I have to be on a level with the prices that increasing, the economy changing, and I have to
Yes,
do
yes,
it.
yes. So tell me, as you know, people or those who don't know, I recently started a business in pandemic Rona. I
Mhm,
started a life coach business, and the name is Dig Deep Self Discovery Coaching.
mhm.
So, Mr. Pascal, you've been balancing these jobs, the photography and the web designing and stuff like that. So, what advice you can give me and others who are thinking of starting a business during the pandemic, during this pandemic, Rona? What advice you can give them?
Mm, so I'll just say, you have to keep an open mind.
Yes,
Um, you never settle for less. You always go out. Don't be afraid to go the extra mile.
yes, yes.
Remember, it's not all about money,
Right,
but the
right, right,
quality of service that you give, no matter what you're doing. If it's a service, if it's a product, just make sure they get a good, as that's the most important. Um, the best advertisement you can ask for in terms of as a beginner is especially a coming photographer is make sure that your customer is fully satisfied and they
right,
will always want to come back.
right,
um,
right,
be patient. Success is never overnight, and
right,
if it is something that you truly love, it will show in your work,
right,
and
right.
you never give up.
Yes,
So
yes.
you just keep at it, keep an open mind, and just make sure you always about your customer service. They say the customer is always right.
Right, right.
But you have to you have to set them, you have to
Yes,
give
yes,
them,
yes, yes. You have to work around that warning. The customer is always right. Yes, yes.
yeah,
Tell
because
me
they might
that's
be,
very yes. That's very good feedback and good guidance you're giving.
yeah,
I
the
totally
customer might be right, but they might not know, they
right.
might not know better. So as a professional, or if you have more information or more, about your service or your product, then you
Yes,
could inform them,
right, right.
so that we could wisen up your customers too. But they always, kind of right. You go with them, say, okay, I understand this, but this is
And
basically
sometimes it's not what you say, you know, Selwyn, is how you say it, your delivery. Your
how you
delivery
say.
does make a world of difference, you know?
Mhm.
So yes, I really appreciate the advice you're giving. Selwyn, that's very good advice. So one more question before I get to the story part about how I met Mr. Pascal.
Mhm.
You have mentioned some of the challenges as a business owner, as balancing the two. How are these challenges differ from the challenges during the pandemic? What changed in your life for business wise? Did your business increase? Did it decrease? Did you have a drop like, you know, most people? What really happened for you since Rona happened, March
Well,
up until now?
since the whole pandemic started in March,
Right,
because I had, I had to set back. I had a couple setbacks in terms of schedule events.
right,
And a lot of my regulars have they actually drop back into what they normally do throughout
right,
the years
right.
I work with them. And apart from money being tight because of
Yeah,
job loss or decrease in hours, the focus basically shift to keeping things like small. So they have smaller events or smaller occasions, and they'll be like, you know what, I won't need a photographer. Even if they need me, they will use me for a shorter period of time just to get something that they could relate to, they could have as memory.
right, right,
um,
right.
Up and also with sticking with the social distancing guidelines of certain locations or certain venues don't want certain amount of people. So
Right,
that's
right,
what
right,
causes them to kind of keep keep smaller events or smaller occasions.
right, right, right.
Um, so I also offer discounts. I give discounts because I know people
What's
they
going
really
on?
in these times they don't need to have something of such a wide scale, but just the fact that they have in it, I give them I patronize with them.
An incentive, yes,
Yes, I give
yes,
them something to make them feel okay. I don't need that, but he's still there. He coming because I put myself at risk,
right, right.
because we're supposed to be staying indoors or
Indoors,
practicing social distance.
exactly.
Just because of the budget, because of the coronavirus,
Yes, 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 yes,
the
yes.
whole everybody losing jobs or cut back hours at work and you know so it's just
Right.
that is basically it for the pandemic. But it's I didn't get as many gigs as I normally would throughout the years I normally got. um but I kind of like happy with it because it gave me more time to stay at home to do other stuff like
Yes,
apart from instead of going out and do photography, then I'll stay home and do websites or I'll
right,
do graphics. So
right, right.
I kind of like catch up on one because the other
Right,
one kind
right,
of slow
right. So
down.
there was a good thing that happened since the pandemic for you.
Correct. Correct.
That's good. That's good. Yes. So yes, people, we have come to the part where I met Mr. Selwyn.
Oh yes.
So I had another guest on. I don't know for those who keep track of the series. I had another guest on, Mr. Jiggy, and I had bought him something on his online store, and then I reached out to him because I saw he was doing some graphics on his page. I was following his social media handles, and I like what I saw. So I reached out to him and I said to him, hey, I want to know if you can, help me out with my website and whatever. I said, well, he's so busy right now, but he can refer me to somebody else. Voila, voila, voila. He referred me to voila, voila, voila. Mr. Selwyn Pascal. So I reached out to Mr. Selwyn, whatever. I'm telling you, people, from the beginning, first impressions. I'm big on first impressions, people. First impressions. Mr. Selwyn Pascal was very reliable, very quick with my answers. And those who know me know that I ask a lot of detailed questions. So I was very detailed, very particular with Mr. Pascal. And Mr. Pascal had a turnaround time that was like amazing. It blew me away. Yeah. So he kind of like revamped my blog, and it made a world of difference. I was impressed. And then I contacted him again, and he did my website for the life coaching, and I was very impressed with him. I even referred him to someone else. So when I decided to have this series, I said, Pascal have to be on that. Pascal has to be one of my guests, because then again, I had discussed before, the way you meet people. This is somebody that I never met. This is somebody literally, it's through social media. We never had a video chat. This is our first video chat. Yeah, correct.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Correct. first video chat. I know we're into the virtual world and everything like that, but I'm vintage and I'm old fashioned. I like to meet people in person and whatever. But guess what? We carried on our transactions, everything without even seeing each other. It was literally online, WhatsApp, you understand, WhatsApp, email, and everything was effortless on Mr. Pascal's side, effortless. So I want to let you guys know that this gentleman, he's telling you he has the photography hat and the website hat. I haven't been a customer of his for photography, but I know I've seen some of his work. But I have been a customer of his for web designing, and I'm telling you, he's the guy to go to.
And graphics.
His prices are affordable, people, affordable incentives. So, and his work is flawless. So when you get a chance, check him out. After we finish, he's going to give you his social media handles. And, check him out. You never know. You might be pleasantly surprised. And take it from me, from a customer. Yeah. I give you 7-star. Pascal, I give you 7-star.
Thank you.
7 stars. So yes, Pascal, I want to thank you again for taking the time out to align yourself with these series because, it's difficult. We're trying to manage and balance everything out. And, you took a while, to finally get here, but you're here and it's all worth it. Yeah. It's all worth the wait, Pascal. So I want to tell you, thank you for taking time out to be part of the series. Thank you again as a customer for the work that you did for me. And even, I forgot to mention, people, the after sales service up to now.
Welcome.
Yeah, the after sales service, people, up to now, I can still message Pascal anytime, any day. Say, Pascal, hey, the blog, I see something on the blog, check that out for me. What about the website, whatever? And he's there. So the after sales service is phenomenal, people, yeah? So yes, Pascal, so let the people know your social media handles, where they could reach you, how they could contact you, you understand? And you can also outline a little bit of your market, Pascal, because you said a little bit about the photography for your market, what kind of events you do, but what about the web designing? Let people know a little bit of detail as to what market, what customer, what's your niche, your niche.
Well, for web designing, I do more or less from e-commerce.
Right.
If you have a product or products to sell,
right.
I do that. E-commerce where you could do your own uploading of your products. You could do your own price changing. I teach you how to go about doing that. So you won't need me or anybody else to organize your online marketing or your store. You're basically your own store manager online.
Right.
So I do from blogs, I do entertainment websites, for instance, radio stations, the Caribbean Hot FM.com. I did that.
Wow.
Yeah. I still manage it. Basically, I make sure it's updated. I do what else? As long as it's a website, I do it.
If you have scratch to, even though also mention to the people, like for my situation, I already had an existing blog, so you can update up what enhance.
Yes, I could revamp your website if you want up to date. Whether if it's on a older platform, you had it from like 20 years ago, and you want something that current, I could do that. I give advice. If I see it's not necessary for you to do something, then I'll go through it. I'll go through the website you currently have if you already have one, and I'll let you know what route that I think is best. Because of dealing with so many websites or different people that have businesses, I will tell them, listen, this doesn't really make sense because you just push it online. I give advice also. I'm an advice coach.
Advisor.
So
advisor.
Graphics, I do logos, I do flyers. I do photo edits, like if you want to change something, you want to add somebody in a photo, I do that. I actually got 2 referrals from Tracy. I got 1 referral from Tracy, and one of the referrals referred somebody else.
Let me tell you, network.
So networking too. Yeah. So and I'm always there. If you don't need any product done, or you don't need a website, or you don't need photography, you just need something answered along the line. I'm willing to assist. You could check my Instagram out at Cacique Photography. It's CACIQUE Photography.
Mhm.
My my
Facebook,
Facebook is
Facebook.
Selwyn Cacique Pascal.
All
Or
right.
you could always link Tracy. She will
Yes.
give you my information.
Yes, yes, yes. I will. I'll also link it in the description, people. So, for life coaching services, like I told you guys, I started a life coach business, and a correction to put it out there because there's a little bit of cliche happening. Some people have the wrong idea of what a life coach is. I want to stand correct and let people know, the masses, beautiful people, a life coach is not a counselor. A life coach is not a therapist, right? So the life coach is literally someone who guides you along the way to manifest your goals, manifest your dreams. So you doing all the work. The person is literally, well, me, in my case, I would literally give you the tools and motivate you, inspire you, help you along the journey. But you are the one doing all the work. So the cliche that's out there, I want to stand correct and let you know, don't shy away from coaches, people. Don't shy away from life coaches. The coaches are not a fixer-upper. They literally just somebody, a sounding board, and sometimes they just give you some insight because you already have the knowledge and the skills
Yeah.
and the talent. Sometimes you just need somebody to tell you, yes, you can do it, but you have that. So that is what I do. So for any of my life purpose services, you can reach me on my website, www.digdeepcoachtc.com, and I will link Selwyn's social media handles in the description as well as mine. So hopefully you can reach out to each one of us and find out some more detail of what we offer, because we have the services out there and we have been preaching and letting you know that we need to stand together as small businesses and support each other. Yeah. And we need the customers to help us do that. So Selwyn, if you have any closing words for the people regarding entrepreneurship, because you know what the series is about. The series is about ups, downs, in between, thriving through the pandemic, just letting people know as an entrepreneur what you're going through, and give them some inspiration that if they're thinking of starting their own business, they can do it. They can do it. So give them some closing, you
All
know.
right. All right. So you could also, I forgot to mention, my website is caciquephotography.com.
Right.
Like Tracy mentioned before, it took me a while to get on to do this video call or video program.
Right.
It's because I kind of like shy, like I don't know what to say. And in business, you'll feel that way,
Right.
but you just have to, like I always say, close your eye and do it.
Right.
When you open your eye, you never know what you'll expect. You might get, that might be what you were looking for, or. So
Exactly.
just don't hesitate. Just whatever idea you have, just go about and just go and do it. Those, like we say back in St. Lucia, don't sleep on you. Um, you know, just when you get in there and you start it, just focus, keep at it, never give up, and you just keep going. Just don't make nobody tell you cannot do this or you cannot do that. You just turn it around on them and prove to them, like,
Right.
it's your goal to prove to them that I could do it even though you say I couldn't. So
Right.
basically, never give up.
Never give up. Good stuff. Powerful stuff. Good,
Yeah,
good, good
man.
stuff, Selwyn. So yes, we have come to the close of our session. Thank you, viewers, for stopping by. Thank you, viewers, for supporting us. And we look to you for further support. And like Selwyn said, don't be afraid. Whatever you think you can do, you're not sure, just take the risk, take the leap, just jump and do it. You will have people to support you, but you just need to take the first step. Take the first step, people, and make it happen. We need you out here. We need you out here for your skills and talents. Yes,
Yeah,
so
and big up Jiggy Max.
Jiggy Max was the link to link us together. Jiggy, big up
Yeah,
Jiggy.
man.
Jiggy, thank you for the connection. It was
Jiggy
well worth it.
and Jiggy is a perfect example
Uh-huh.
of never giving up.
Right,
Jiggy,
right.
I actually started. Jiggy, actually, I forget to mention that he was the one who introduced me into doing graphics
Wow.
and started the website.
Wow,
I
wow.
always had the love for the photos, but he was the one who made me start doing graphics and doing website because he had one client and he needed help with it. And I was just playing around on my computer back in St. Lucia. And he said, yo, Selwyn, I have a partner that need help with a thing there. And I tell him, all right, let the man link me. And the man link me. And up to the guy and I still work together. Whenever he do something, he'll always call me to do it for him.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
and that's how I end up doing graphics. And since I started doing the graphics, I needed a website to advertise it for the promoters in St. Lucia.
Right, right,
So,
right, right.
they all kind of link to each other. And then
Yes, yes, yes.
I need the traffic to come to the website. So I
Right.
started doing the photos so the traffic would come back the next day after the party to
The dominoes connecting. So Jiggy was very inspirational in you starting this website and the graphics and big
yeah.
up to Jiggy. Jiggy, yes, yes, yes. Big up
Jiggy,
to Jiggy.
Jiggy and me daddy.
Yes, 758 Vestige. For those who don't know, we're talking about the founder, the owner of 758 Vestige. Yes,
Vestige 758.
it's Vestige 758. And for those who are not sure and want to know more, if you check back in one of my YouTube videos, he's part of the series. I did an interview with him. So, you could check that out so you can get some more detail about who Mr. Jiggy is and his business. So yes,
Yeah,
Selwyn, thanks again. It was such a wonderful conversation, Selwyn, and you did it.
pleasure,
You did it
pleasure.
effortlessly, effortlessly. Thank
We
you
have
so
to do
much.
it. We have to do it again. We have to do it
Yeah.
again.
So you take taste now. You take taste, Selwyn.
Yes, I can see it.
You
We
take
have to do
taste.
it
So
again. We have to
yeah.
do it again.
So yes, Selwyn. So thank you again. Peace and blessings. So we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Bless.
All right.
Respect.
Later. Blessings.
Viewers, large up yourself.
Oh,
Stay blessed.
all right.